You absolutely don't have to observe every single detail for the house. Parents indeed fail to see it, so. Look carefully. Some individuals hold a deep belief that everything unfolds according to God's divine will. Do we do God's will? Not entirely clear, all right? What follows next? What might another person possibly think? Some people say everything is destiny. Yeah, isn't it? Because I committed a sin in my past life. I came to this life and became like this. And this is because I did this. So this is called shumangeon. Okay? If destiny indeed shapes our paths. That's right. So what exactly caused you to stop? Take a refreshing glass of water. That's right out of 2. Yeah. There are people called Old Sukmak, and there are people like this. Not everything happens by chance, but by chance. The reason I met that wife and usually live fighting is because I met Manho by chance. Well, there was someone like this. For this reason, the connection between life's events and divine intervention remains a topic for contemplation. Which belief is accurate? Please provide an answer. Who is Japan right? The person who is right this time is the person who is right 3 times. Then which one is correct? Because the crown prince. Yes. Are you aware of the depth of your understanding and knowledge? The proprietor remains the rightful owner. It means 4 pillars, right? So these 4 pillars are sellers. 8 characters, then the impact of this 4-week 8 on that person's life is about this percentage. His name is his destiny. It's about 50%. Look carefully. So the effect of his face on that person would be about 48%, right? How important is the name? Salary is important, but yes. So with his face and name all on the left and right, Andre Kim looks strange to people in our country. My face is twice as big as mine. However, if someone was named Kyung-Young and then Kim Bok-nam, it's peculiar he didn't become the subsequent star. Eventually, everything unraveled. But Andre Kim has an exotic appearance, leading us to understand. Because there are a lot of weird people who memorize it, so I guess. You look like a foreigner, and you look attractive. Yes. So, because of how much a person's name claps that person, you have changed. In the old days, telephone exchanges were so popular that they were marriage targets. What makes that voice so wonderfully captivating? So I asked him to come out and start a relationship, so I met him. The voice is as alluring as its beauty, especially when encountering after hearing it. It looks pretty, is that? Even though you're ugly, right? You can be dragged that way. So if the name is pretty, the person looks pretty or not. It looks promising. Thus, a name holds significance. An unattractive person can create a memorable name. By the way, seize this opportunity for money if it presents itself. Now, there's a theory of voluntarism. You lived your life according to your will, right? It's no coincidence that there was such a person. So these 4 things, which of these has the greatest impact on our daily lives? But instigating a series of changes. What is it, fire? It's observation. Sprinkle and ornamental. Spectacular what? A spectacular display of fireworks. It's an image, right? So we must consider. Let's see if the image holds significant importance. Check it out and take a good look. When looking at the image, What is the true nature of the mind? What constitutes nature and its essence of perception? Chan's mother. What defines Ming and Ming's origin? Breathing equates to breathing. Kyung-Young sick, then let's examine our bodies. Is the body's essence derived from a sperm? You saw it in the pavilion, right? This is not exclusively from Hokyong Station Pavilion. All of you have witnessed it from the pavilion. Where do you hail from? I originated from eternity, marking the start of it all. Fairies need men and women to meet and have sex. The sperm comes out of the body, and this is a touch. So what is life? There are 8 lights and shadows, right? So that's one heart. You have to have a body. You have to have a prayer. There should also be a pavilion. You have to be honest. You also have to have a sense of touch. Yes, because you need to know if the food has entered your tongue or not. Oh, and then you have to breathe and feel asleep. You have to have a castle. You have to have a sex life and character. So the mind, the character that comes out of a pistol is a pistol. And what is the mind? Is it a live bullet? Yeah, it doesn't. So, character is a department store, and the mind is something that comes from there. Therefore, a person with a good personality will have a lot of good hearts. Personality, so that heart with which we suddenly hate someone is a bullet that comes out of my character. Yes. So, the mind has no power, but the character has power. So this mind seems to have a huge impact on our lives, but we have to have a good personality. Now, what do you need to look for to know if your personality is good or bad? You know this man's heart. Yes, if you look at the tone that speaks your mind or your mind, you can know what the thrill is. Now, this, it's a pictorial representation observing an image, precisely that. The depiction is thus. English new products. Yo, in the whole image. That's why people who don't use small businesses well are in a hurry. Well, so these 8 suns are images, and this is all accomplished with that. You're a little hot, so you're taking off your clothes. Now, let me explain briefly to you what you need to know. So what about people? Past life. Are we witnessing a conflict here? The product is my past life. I had someone's son in my past life. I was in a previous life. There was a human, so it shows up here. Indeed, he was a global farmer. So why refrain from embracing and sowing seeds? What will come out after 6 months? So I eat carrots well, but I eat raw vegetables well. Cut it off and eat one in the morning. Then eat a carrot in the morning and come out. Certainly when sowing carrot seeds, the carrot roots will initially look good. You don't have to wait long for a farmer to become a carrot the size of Mike. So every time I wash sweets, I feel sorry for this. I think this farmer is doing this well so that the seeds are growing more and more, so I can't see this. If I make it and get 5,000 bucks, how many carrots will I give you? Is this really worthless? I just pay money to buy this, but I eat several carrot roots for the price of a cup of coffee. Am I not a thief? That's right. You're just taking away someone else's blood and sweat. Sitting in the city, huh? That's right. It's a good thing to buy a farmer's house, but people who have been farming don't have to be quick-tempered. Just keep looking at carrots that don't do well. Do you do well? People who grow ginseng have to plant it for 6 years and wait 6 years. But when I go outside, I don't have any money right now. And it would be nice if money came quickly. But ginseng only lasts a year now. Can I wait 5 years to get impressions every day? Pull out the roots, examine them, bury them again, and pull them out. Because he has a basketball temper, he grows up farming. We have to go to the city, okay? As a farmer, we must be very kind. However, Since all those people are in debt to Nonghyup, why don't farmers factor in our agricultural policy? So in order to control prices in the city, they are completely suppressing the prices of agricultural products. So all the money is given to the fruit, and the farmers give as much as the direct transaction. That's why they don't pay for pesticides and their phones. They appropriated it from the farmers and made it corruption-free. So there are people who become debtors to the Nonghyup, and all the lands will join the Nonghyup. The farmers are in debt, so it hurts my heart every time I eat. I guess so. So if you take an apple blossom and apologize and watch the process until something like this opens, you can eat it. Can't you eat? So it's better to just bake it like an unknown preacher. I always think about it every time I eat and examine it. It's painful. It's easy to just eat without knowing. Yeah, aren't you? But your faces still come to mind. Okay? Well, so the important thing here is, it is God's will. When you say this, where does the human mind come from? John Chata Sonfeng is a past life. It comes from a past life, I mean. If I want to search for a past life, okay, so I'll keep it simple because I don't have time. Endlessly repeating the interpretation should be discarded. This is also 25%, just like the other. Okay, it is God's will that you... God doesn't watch you having an affair or anything like that. Just like parents can't see. Parents don't need to see their children's parent relationship, but they don't see it for a short time. It was in God's will, but it was not. It's in here. There must be fate and there must be coincidence. I met a woman by chance, and what happened to her? It becomes inevitable, but what is inevitable? No, we met by chance. Is that really fate? Fate becomes inevitable, and inevitable becomes blood. Yeah, don't you blood ties become fate? Will Yun Maing become Suk Maing and become out of your past life? Right. So, we met by chance. Does it relate to your previous life? Obviously, I need to meet Cho Gangji wife, but if you haven't been nice to women in your past life, come to Cho Gangji wife. There are only women who come to cheat, huh? So there are only women who come to eat them. If you treat the woman in your past life well, you will go to the next life and a good woman will appear. For some reason, the woman just didn't have a house. So she was my best friend and bought me a house. When you go to the next life, the real combination agent will appear and just, okay, what do you mean? Okay, so there are 25% coincidences. Then masturbation and self-will are 25%, you know. So in living this life, there are parts of God again and again. So you don't interfere with 112. But all the karma he has done will manifest fully later after his demise. This recounts past life events backward. Thus fate, this transforms into destiny. God's will under man's control in certain religions. Then listen carefully. Is it God's intention that I abstain from church? That's right. They came to church because God's will was a blessing. What does that mean? Who gives the weak and who doesn't give the blessing? Isn't that illogical? This man embodies God's will, not I who am deceased. That's right. Can I say it like this or not? No. Suk Macron said that I killed a person in a traffic accident, and that person was born with a fate that I had no choice but to kill. I just have a destiny that is bound to be easy for that person, but I'm not the first God. Can I do this or not? I can't. Coincidence field. I will give it to people by chance. No, no answer. Isn't it? There must be 4 things mixed there to get the answer. Is that right? So why are you born again? Why are you reborn countless times? If this is not born endlessly like this, it is born because of freedom. My fate is that I bullied some women a lot in my past life and will live in double clothes this year. But did I meet a woman who was so dedicated to saving a drowning woman without knowing it? You know anything? I have no desire to help the woman, but she falls into the water and drifts away and just jumps in. A man lacking a good heart rescued a woman in such a situation, remained there, hence these individuals. Let your will change this person's fate, and coincidence don't change it. So, the reason why people are always born is to change their destiny with this theory of chance and this theory of freedom. To travel to a more sublime place, but who led this to a less favorable location? A larger number of individuals tend to visit less desirable locations. Consequently, while some experience positive changes, others face deterioration. Are you inclined towards negative outcomes? Therefore, today's focus is on defining the actions of our nation's politicians. Specifically, what do they engage in most frequently? It's arbitrary. Isn't that right? Follow the advice given. I am not intimidated by these matters. Thus, each person faces these issues alone. Divine will is the only constant. Should you adhere to such religious beliefs, transformation is necessary. Do you comprehend? Indeed, my abstention from participating in that religious community might stem from an unwillingness. Divine blessings are bestowed upon me. Is that okay? You can't. There is God's will, there is this, and this all works. Okay? Because we always work together. We can change fate because of this. We can change it without this. No. Change is impossible for me. Even after committing murder, what did I do wrong? It's my fate, predestined for you to die. This world is fundamentally flawed. All right? Cease discussions regarding our nation.